Midst of an ICC World Cup that is taking place in India, no less, it can be a little easy, let's say, to lose sight of other cricket that is happening around the world, even especially so if it's domestic cricket that's taking place. And in the midst of the ICC World Cup, you did have the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy taking place, which is, of course, India's major domestic T20 competition, one that has been around for quite some time now. And well, we have seen a little bit of history being scripted in this year's edition of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, because Punjab, who had developed something of a reputation as being always the bridesmaid but never really the bride, well, they finally managed to not only make it to the wedding but also steal the show, because breaking news update, Punjab are your Syed Mushtaq Ali 2023 champions. That you heard that right. They have been crowned title winners, and they did so in a final that, truth be told, ebbed and flowed a lot, but thanks to some very good performances from some of their players, and we'll get to that in just a bit, it was in fact Punjab who ended up clinching the title, taking on a pretty strong Baroda side who, lest we forget, was being captained by a certain Krunal Pandya. So Pandya, of course, someone who has played for India as a mainstay in the IPL, has been one for years, was, if you remember rightly, even captaining the Lucknow Super Giants in the second half of last season's IPL when KL Rahul was out injured. So someone who comes with a lot of pedigree, a lot of leadership, and a Baroda side that were very strong, but who were not good enough to beat the Punjab side. Now, this was a high-scoring final. It was taking place in Mohali, so that did give, of course, Punjab just that little bit of an advantage, and they ended up beating Baroda by 20 runs. And in the process, ended up clinching what would be their first ever title. Now remember, Punjab have made it to the finals on 4 previous occasions in the past, including in the inaugural edition in 2006. Another time they made it was 2011, but they have made it overall 4 times and never ever won it. They have 4 runners-up finishes, and this time, on the 5th time of asking, they finally did it, thanks in no small part to some wonderful showings from both Anmolpreet Singh with the bat and Arshdeep Singh with the ball. Now, what exactly were those performances? Well, batting first, Punjab found themselves in a little bit of a soup because they ended up losing both of their openers relatively cheaply. Prabhsimran Singh gone, Abhishek Sharma gone. What happens? Anmolpreet Singh steps up and gets a 61 ball 113. So absolute slam bang innings from him. He made the most of his time out in the middle and was supported ably by a nice little lower order cameo, you can say, from Nehal Vadera, who ended up scoring an unbeaten 61 to ensure that Punjab actually went from scoring what would have been a pretty par 200 to getting over 200 to the 220s, and that really was what made the difference in the end. And with the ball, well, they had 2 standout performers, you could argue. There was Arshdeep Singh, who got 4 for 23 in his 4 overs, and you had Harpreet Brar, who had 1 for 35, which might not seem spectacular, but that 1 for 35 came whilst he was also bowling the final over of the match. You heard that right. Harpreet Brar, a left-arm orthodox spinner, was entrusted with the job of bowling the final over of the game, and he did so in grand fashion. Of course, he was helped considerably by the fact that Arshdeep Singh had set up the game quite nicely for him, really, because the equation was about 33 needed of 12, and Siddharth Kaul, someone who's an experienced campaigner, ended up taking quite the beating. Actually, the equation was far less, but due to Siddharth Kaul's 18th over taking an absolute thumping, they had no choice but to then turn to Arshdeep Singh. Only had 1 over left at that point to ensure that there was some damage limitation. And Arshdeep Singh, what does he do? He ends up getting them 3 wickets, pretty much killing dead any hopes that Baroda may have had. Because again, 33 needed of 12. That does sound chaseable, especially if you get 1 big over. That 1 big over, they would have tried to target in the 19th or put some pressure. Arshdeep, he just does something very simple, does what he does best, 3 wickets, killed off the game. Then Harpreet Brar, again, even if you have 29 runs to defend, if you get hit for a 6 or a 4 of the first ball, there's always going to be that pressure on your mind. Brar, who by the way in the IPL you've seen him play for the Punjab Kings, can take a bit of a beating sometimes. Well, he was a smart operator. He ended up getting in a couple of good balls, built the pressure back up. 3rd ball, gets a wicket, match all but done, and then finishes it off in proper, perfect, calm, composed style. And all that does is ensure that Punjab became champions of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy for the first time. Now, the SM80 is normally, seen as one of those domestic tournaments followed with a lot of interest by even fans, let's say, who don't religiously follow the domestic scene due to one very simple reason. It is the precursor to the IPL season coming in, and more often than not always takes place just before the IPL auction. I remember that December 19th is when the auction will be taking place, and some of these players would have done their prospects of either being retained or, better yet, getting more chances in their franchise, or potentially even getting picked up by other franchises no harm. Anmolpreet Singh, remember, did play for the Sunrisers Hyderabad in 2023 but barely got any games, was given a few games once it was pretty clear that Sunrisers were absolutely not making it to the playoffs. Someone like a Harpreet Brar does get game time for Punjab, hasn't quite been able to deliver at that level, but maybe now this is something that gives him that confidence boost. Either way, it's a massive moment for Punjab cricket, so congratulations to Punjab, your Syed Mushtaq Ali winners trophy, your trophy winners, and hard luck to Baroda, who did play well, but unfortunately just in the end fell a little short. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can let us know by leaving us a comment, and don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap that bell, all that good stuff. Excuse me. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Download the SportsTalk app and stay tuned. Plenty more coming your way. For now, from my side, it's goodbye.